purposes. The infilling is about being completely loved by God. When this woman, without fully understanding what Jesus was saying, when she heard that his water could change her circumstances, she decided at that moment, no more questions, no more objections, I'm ready to drink. She doesn't ask any more questions. She makes no more objections. Now that she heard she won't thirst anymore, she's taken it a step further in her mind. She came to this conclusion. If I don't get thirsty, I won't have to come to the well any longer. See, I want us to remember what we've been talking about. The well was the place where her rejection was at its height. The well was the worst place in her life that she went to at the worst time of her day. She went alone where all the other women went to help each other. She went when it was hot where all the other women went when it was cool. She went alone because she didn't have anyone that wanted to go with her. And she went when it was hot because she knew no one else would run into her. She had this place in her life that every time she revisited it, it reminded her of everything she wasn't, everything she had hoped to be, and everything that had been taken from her. And so this is where God met her. At the worst place in her life. But when Jesus says, I'll give you water and you'll never get thirsty again, she didn't just think about the absence of thirst. She thought, I don't ever have to come here again. She now says yes to Jesus. She says, give me this water that I may not thirst nor come here to draw. At that moment, this woman saw a way out. She came to draw water every day by herself. She avoided every other woman in the city. She was a loner and an outcast. She was broken, and she was the very embodiment of confusion. If Jesus had something that would keep her from having to face her condition and relive her rejection every single day, then she wanted it. I don't believe she had any thought about healing her heart. But if he could just change her circumstances, she was all for it. I don't say this to be judgmental, but I want us to really examine our own lives. I believe that her response to Jesus sounds a lot like many of our prayers. Most of us would rather be rescued than redeemed. We believe that a change around us would bring somehow a change within us. Have you noticed how many things we change about our lives when we're trying to make ourselves more peaceful, more restful, more happy, more content? We're always, well, maybe if we get more hours or less hours, maybe if we spend more time together or less time together, maybe if we do this, maybe if we do this. We're always trying to find something around us that will help what's going on within us. And Jesus is not settling for what goes on around us. How many habits have you changed only to find yourself in the same position you've always been in? How many things that you are sure that would get better if we just had a little more money? Life would be so much better. Only to find out that a little more money didn't make me feel any better about life. If you only listened to me a little bit more, only to find out that those extra conversations make me feel worse about myself rather than better about us.